Stain didn't want to save heroism. He wanted to save himself. What heroes did to him was exist, not as symbols, not as protectors, as people who took money, who wanted fame, who treated saving lives like a transaction. Stain watched this, and somewhere in that watching, something calcified. He didn't discover a philosophy in that breaking. He built a cage and climbed inside it. He was right about what he saw: the corruption, the performance, the heroes who treated heroism as a paycheck. These things were real. He was wrong about what it meant. His ideology wasn't a philosophy he arrived at through reason. It was a psychological necessity, a defense mechanism constructed to survive an unbearable disappointment with everything heroes had become. And once you see it that way, the killings aren't justice, they're maintenance. The speeches aren't philosophy, they're self-preservation. The one hero he refused to kill, that's not mercy, that's the confession. Stain's ideology wasn't a philosophy, it was a survival mechanism. Moral absolutism serves a specific psychological function. It eliminates ambiguity. It replaces the exhausting work of judgment with a single clean line: good on one side, evil on the other. For Stain, this wasn't intellectual laziness. It was survival. Gray areas require you to hold contradictory evidence in your mind simultaneously. This hero saved lives but took money. That hero fought villains but craved fame. These contradictions demand cognitive flexibility. They ask you to tolerate discomfort and uncertainty, for a mind already carrying something unbearable is destabilizing. Stain couldn't afford gray areas, so he built a world without them. All might is pure good. Every other hero is corrupt. No in-between, no exceptions, no complicated. Psychologists call this splitting, the inability to integrate positive and negative qualities into a coherent whole. The mind, under sufficient pressure, divides the world into angels and demons. But here's the clinical question that matters. What was he protecting himself from? The answer isn't in the blade, it's in the disappointment. Stain didn't start with ideology. He started with investment. He cared about heroism more than anyone around him, and that investment became the wound. Every hero who fell short didn't just disappoint him, they broke something. The ideology was the cast he built around that break. Here is where the psychology deepens past ideology. Stain didn't kill false heroes for society. He killed them for himself. Each death served a function. Each drop of blood was confirmation. I am right. The world is wrong. My violence is proof. This is righteous violence as identity preservation. When your entire psychological structure depends on a belief, structurally, the way a building depends on its foundation, you don't just defend that belief intellectually. You defend it physically, because the alternative is annihilation. If Stain is wrong about heroes, if even one of them is genuinely good, every death he's caused becomes murder. Every conviction becomes pathology. The framework collapses, and Stain collapses with it, so he can't be wrong. The killings weren't punishment, they were maintenance, a ritualized reinforcement of the only structure keeping him intact. Each death was a brick in the wall between Stain and the truth he couldn't face. This is belief-protective cognition. The mind, faced with evidence that threatens a core identity structure, doesn't evaluate it neutrally. It rejects it. And when the evidence is human, when it's a living hero who complicates the worldview, rejection takes physical form. The blade was never an instrument of justice. It was an instrument of cognitive closure. Stain spared exactly one hero, All Might. Everyone treats this as an exception, the one place his ideology bends. It's not. The All Might exception is the confession, the place where Stain's psychology reveals itself completely. Stain didn't spare All Might because All Might was worthy. He spared him because he had no choice. All Might isn't a real person to Stain. He's a psychological container, a perfect vessel for projected ideals. If All Might fails, if he's corrupt or selfish or even just human, there is nowhere left to look, no proof that the ideal Stain is killing for even exists. So All Might must be perfect, not because he is, because Stain's entire architecture requires him to be. This is projection at its most desperate. Stain doesn't see All Might. He sees what he needs All Might to be, the real All Might, the man with a time limit, a gaunt body, blood he coughs into his hand, is irrelevant. Stain edits him out, because a human All Might means the standard doesn't exist, which means Stain has been killing people for nothing. He spared All Might the way a person spares their own reflection, not out of respect, out of necessity. Subscribe. We go deeper here, every time. Stain was defeated, dragged bleeding from an alley in Hosu. His body was stopped. His voice wasn't. His ideology didn't die with his capture. It escaped. The broadcast, his face, his words, his absolute certainty, spreading across screens, across minds. People who had never held a blade absorbed his framework whole. The League of Villains absorbed him next. Not his body, his structure. Shigaraki, Dabi, Toga, each took what they needed and left the rest. They didn't adopt his philosophy. They extracted its architecture. The certainty, the clarity, the permission to destroy in the name of something absolute. Stain sat in a cell, still, silent, while his ideas walked free. Conviction without doubt isn't faith. It's a cage. And Stain built one sturdy enough to hold himself and everyone who followed him.